Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the final game of the DBL regular season. We have the 7 and 10 Colebrook Cannons and the 10 and 7 Maricopa Marshals battling it out for fun. Uh, really, uh, both teams have already been eliminated from playoff contention. Our playoff teams have already been selected. So we're just checking boxes here at Prosure Downs with the roof closed. Another random rainy day here in the Maricopa area. And Oliver will start us off with a single as Molina takes the stage for, de- depending on how the offseason goes, probably his last game of his DBL career. He has been with the Marshals since the beginning and has, really been a solid performer in his time. So again, it's nothing for sure. No contracts have been signed or anything like that. But with his age, it's definitely a factor that goes into that. And the Cannons are down with 2 outs, but Oliver is at third, and Thomas Pasteur will be up, also kind of looking into the future, potentially twilight here. But for this season, Pasteur betting 324. And the Cannons will be up, take the lead in the first as Pasteur gets a single. And that is going to be a double from Caballero, meaning Pasteur will score. So the Cannons now rocking it out here, uh, using the lack of sunlight, I guess, to their advantage. Um, and we have an out there. So it was a hit. It was deemed a hit, but Carrasco tried to go. Uh, he tried to score, but was unable to. So that would be the third out, and that will bring up your Maricopa Marshals already in the hole, 3-0. Um, but needless to say, there's still a lot of game left, and if they lose, well, and no, no worries here anymore, right? With everything that has happened, and Jennings will keep her streak going with an infield single there, and that will bring up Torres. Torres batting 405 on the season, 4 home runs, 30 hits in total, and make that 31 hits as he is able to hit Jennings all the way to third. And that will bring up Ivan Pena. Pena hitting slightly above the average at 302. And that will drop for him as he hits a fly ball to left field to start the second inning here for the Cannons. And just like that, the Cannons once again get the leadoff hitter aboard, this time with no outs. So let's see what kind of damage they can do as Marquez is able to steal right from out from under from Pena. Um, and that will be a double for Cruz. So the Cannons answering back after their devastating loss to the to the Marshals on Monday. They are answering back, and it's basically, it seems like they're just out for blood. From being it, and it was the Marshals themselves who removed the Cannons from playoff contention on Monday. So yeah, they might have a chip on their shoulder as they score another run here, still with only one out. The Cannons are now up 7-0. And scratch that as there is a deep dive to left field. Uh, Pastor comes up for his second time and absolutely smashes it. The Marshals are down 9-0. Now finally with two outs. Um, Goodness gracious, not even don't even have time to think with all these runs coming in. So that would be 6 runs on 6 hits, and the Marshals looking at a very deep hole to climb out of if they want to just put another W on the board. Um, but it looks like that will be an error on the shortstop Marquez to allow Sutton uh, on board. And Nunez will ground off into a double play. So unless out of nowhere the Marshals can turn it around, it looks like they're going to go out with a whimper, really, as Mark is able to hit a 2-out double, and Ford will ground out. So we go to the top of the third. The Cannons absolutely crushing the Marshals there. As a fly ball goes to right field, Jennings is there for the grab, and they do have one out there. So for the first time all game, the Marshals do not let the leadoff batter aboard, which is great for them. And they actually go down in order. So we will go to the top of the lineup for the Marshals. Collins 0 for 1 on the day here, and he's really had a pretty decent season. We've talked a lot about how he struggled at first and has kind of come back as he grounds out to the shortstop. And then same with his ever-present follow-up buddy Ethan Butler. Butler still got a couple good years left in him, and he will get a single there. So Jennings will come to the plate. And we've honestly said everything we can say about Kelly Jennings, but we continue to say it anyways, as she grounds out into a double play. So, yeah, the Marshals indeed, heart's not in it this game. It was last game, but as Arizonans, they're probably not used to the clouds and the roof being closed for rain. We're used to it being closed because it's too hot. But with it being closed due to rain, they're not used to the sound of water falling from the sky and landing on the roof. Uh, so that we'll put it up to that, which is why they're struggling here as we head to the bottom of the fourth. And we have two gone already. And the Marshals will go down in order. So as we go to the top of the fifth, just a call out here. The playoffs will be streaming. They will not have any commentary but they will be streaming on YouTube. So that is youtube.com at Big Bean Gaming 6747. So hop on by. They are streaming daily and they will be going for the next week. So the league series will be happening next week. That is 5 days long. If it goes for it's best of five, so it's possible there will be uh, you know 5 games Monday through Friday, and then the Dead Ball League Baseball, the DBL Championship Series will happen the following week, starting on that Sunday once those two teams are named there. So, very possible that we will have a repeat, our first repeat series of the Brecknell Bullets and the Seaford Spikes. The first time they met in season 3, the Bullets took that away. So if the Spikes make it in, they will be looking for vengeance. And then you also have your Cinderella story of the Crocs, who have made it to their first postseason berth, and they're going up against postseason veterans, the Spikes there. So who knows how it will go, and but that's obviously the what makes this sport so great is uh, you could jump out 9-0 in the first couple innings, um, and then your team can come back in a nail biter situation here as they, finally start getting some offense going. And it looks like Butler was able to do just that with a leadoff single. And that'll bring up Jennings for her third time. And she does it, folks. Kelly Jennings breaking the 4-run home run barrier that the Marshals have found themselves in for the longest of times. Uh, Amazing job there. And now Torres is on base. So, like I said, we went from a 9-0 game. We are now a 9-2 game with a runner on and nobody out. So anything can happen there. But Pena will strike out. So for this game, he is 0-3. Unfortunately, kind of ending on a rough note there. But again, anything is possible. As Torres is able to get to second base, Sutton hit a little grounder there, and that will bring up Raul Nunez. Again, he's been waiting to hit home run number 5 for a good long while. But he is able to hit a single and bring Torres home. So the Marshals are cutting down the deficits that they found themselves in so very early on. So they got 3 runs off of 4 hits and leave someone on base as we go to the top of the 7th. There still is no one in the bullpen for either team. And honestly, I don't see why you would need to change unless your pitcher's absolutely not getting an out. It looks like we might just kind of be seeing what these pitchers have and how long they can last. Um, and that concludes our final 7th inning stretch here uh, in the DBL Season 4. Um, but regardless, we still have one, I mean, very potentially heck of a game going on and happening as Vargas gets his second strike out of the game. And nope, the Marshals will go down in order. So as we near the conclusion of this game, I would like to thank you all for watching and sticking with us here on the Maricopa Marshals Network. I want to thank Funky Fungi for providing the music and entertainment that you have heard pre-game and throughout. Uh, and please, please continue to join us. Just because the DBL is not airing, that does not mean that this channel is going off air. Uh, Starting Monday, we will be playing Death and Taxes. So I look forward to interacting a little bit more with you here. And for those specifically watching for the baseball, have no fear. Uh, the Dead Ball Baseball League will be returning uh, a month after the conclusion of the final series. So in basically 6 weeks from next week, 7 weeks from now, will be our season 5 debut. Uh, we are not beholden to the weather, whether it be sun, rain, or for teams in the snowy areas of the country. Bring it. We can play in whatever weather we want. So, um, but we go now to the top of the ninth. The Cannons leading 10-4. Eduardo Fields steps up to the plate. Fields is 0 for 3, but was able to drive in a run earlier. And he will ground out, and that will bring up Glenn Hamilton, who will hit a shallow fly ball. So it looks like the Cannons are down to their final batter of the season 4. Uh, Tomas Pastor, who is homered, earned 3 RBIs and scored 2 runs himself. And he is walked, astonishingly enough. So that will bring up Mark Caballero, who is 2 for 4 on the day. And Caballero, not to be outdone by anyone, hits a home run just to put an exclamation point on that inning. Uh, and Carrasco will go down on strikeouts. So the Marshals are up here for the final time. Uh, however bleak, it's always nice to pretend to have hope. So let's see if we can get an 8-run. Let's see if we can have an 8-run inning here as Ford comes up for the final time. And he will single. And now it will be up to Mark Collins to keep the inning alive. Collins, unfortunately, 0 for 4 this game. Kind of ending the season how he started it. And he will pop up, so he will go 0 and 5 uh, on the in today's game. And that will bring up Butler. And Pastor, the ball was hit right to Pastor. It goes right through his legs, so an error on Pastor to allow Butler to get on base one final time this season. And it looks like Kelly Jennings, who's gone 3 for 4 with a double and a home run. Uh, Honestly, I'm excited. Let's have her hit a triple. Let's see if she can complete the cycle here in her final game of the season. Very close. She hits a double. She got close and she brought in 2 runs. So the Marshals now only down by 6 instead of 8. And Jennings is on second as Torres now gets a final time up. Torres 3 for 4 on the day, and he will also get a double and bring Torres or bring Jennings home. So now that little ray of sunshine is getting a brighter and brighter. And there you have it, folks. The Colebrook Cannons exacted their revenge on the Maricopa Marshals in the final game of the regular season of the DBL. Your final score is Colebrook 12, Maricopa Marshals 7. Again, stay tuned uh, to youtube.com/at Big Bean Gaming 64, uh, 6747 for DBL playoffs. And until then, we will see you next time.